All right, we're live. Hey, everyone, welcome to our Wednesday, March 27th stream.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Let's give it a minute for people to pop in.
There we go. A few people already.
All right. So we've got some exciting stuff to talk about today. Big new feature. And, all the things that we're going to do to kind of get that feature going mainstream and also bring a lot more attention to the protocol.
Yeah.
So, and as always, if anybody has any questions or comments, feel free to drop them into the chat and we'll address those right away. Hope everyone's doing great today. All right. So the big new feature that we're launching is it's called VE Bomb. It's essentially locked bomb. It works very similar to, I guess Curve is the one that came up, like that actually invented this, but probably people are probably more familiar with like LQDR, like Liquid Driver, where you would deposit LQDR and you'd get XLQDR in return. And well, with them, you had to lock it for 2 years. Ours is going to be a 1 year max lock. Actually, I can show you guys what that looks like.
Let's go.
This is going to all be coming out. We're going to run this it's going to be launched on April 1st. So it's not quite there yet.
Don't worry. It's a real feature.
So here you can see this page is still not 100% complete, but you can just see, how much bomb has been locked, how much VE bomb exists. You can see like the max lock, the average lock, and then you can see details related to your own lock. And essentially, this is going to be a big part of the entire ecosystem moving forward. So things that are released in the future are going to, potentially require you to have a certain amount of VE bomb. This is going to pay you, at the very least, it's going to pay you B2 shares to have VE bomb locked. We're discussing potentially having other reward options available there as well. But yeah, we're going to launch this with a huge bang for April 1st. We have some Galaxy campaigns that we've already pretty much almost completed that are going to basically spread the word and get thousands of new people actually interacting with the bomb protocol with what we got going on. So let's actually switch over to that and just show you guys some of that. So just to back up a second, maybe I should show the Mission Web 3 just to kind of show what these are about. So on Galaxy, there's these Mission Web 3 campaigns, and they did a really great job. It's basically what it is it's a bunch of different modules. Each module has, several smaller campaigns within. And the idea of this is to get people to kind of like learn about the protocol, to introduce them to it. And, basically you can quiz them to make sure that they actually read what they're supposed to read. And then you can give them some kind of reward at the end. So we've already actually got that going for a couple other aspects of the protocol. Pull that up. So I know my view looks a bit different because I see all the draft campaigns, but
You go on the BIM one, maybe. Bomb Max.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is our Bomb Max set of campaigns. So this we've had running for like I think 2 weeks now or so. We didn't really promote this at all, so we've had pretty good participation considering that we didn't really actively promote this. But this is the same idea as the Mission Web 3 thing that I just showed off. It's visit Bomb Max single staking docs, and then there's a quiz related to Bomb Max, and then there's basically 3 different sections of this, and then in the end you get one of the what are the online OATs? I forget what that stands for again. Some kind of achievement token, online achievement token.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically we're going to use that same approach. And we got a really big plan for April, and let's just jump right into that.
Yeah.
So this kind of says it all. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bomb giveaway. It's going to be up to 1,000 bomb. That's going to only be a very small percentage of people that actually get that. It's going to be like 50 to 1,000 bomb that people are going to receive. And in order to actually receive those bomb, they're gonna, for one, have to do complete a bunch of requirements that ensure that they're a real person, so that we're not just giving bomb to bots, obviously. And so the requirements that you see here are going to stay, but there's also going to be additional requirements. So we have the campaign group for learning about the bomb money ecosystem. So that's, basically it's talking about the farms, sustainability, the boardroom. We're going to add a section for VE bomb. We didn't do that quite yet. Actually, is this in a state I could show it off, Simon?
Yeah. First two ones are. Third one is, third one's there. Just
Which
the
one's
quiz.
the campaign group?
That you were just on it, right between Bomb Max.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So, look, I've already done the final quiz.
It's an empty question. What did you do?
I was cheating to get extra points, maybe. Yeah. So I mean, this is still needs a little bit more work, but Simon's been doing some great, had some great progress in this already. So essentially, this is going to be another requirement to get the free bomb, right? So you're going to have to actually, jump in, check out our docs. We're tweaking the docs to make it like very bullish and make the questions on the quiz very bullish and simple. So it's not difficult to get through, but so people actually have to like, check out our ecosystem and, experience it and kind of be able to answer some of these questions. And once they've completed this, they'll get this OAT token, which is going to be, again, one of the requirements to be able to get the free bomb. So people are going to have to not only be a real human, they're going to have to follow us, and they're going to have to do a couple other things, and they're going to have to know about our protocol prior to being able to receive that bomb. And then something that we didn't build out yet, but we're also going to have another campaign on Galaxy that's going to say, hey, take that free bomb that you got, and you got to participate in VE bomb, you got to participate in X bomb and bomb single stake, and do a zap into the bomb farms. So even someone that only gets 50 bomb, they can still put 10 or so bomb into each of those different things. And then we're going to have another Galaxy campaign that's checking for those things to make sure that they completed those. And we're still debating what the final reward is going to be at the end of all of that, because we've already given them like a small chunk of free bomb. So that will iron that out sometime before April 1st. And I mean, at the end of the day, I know some people might be worried, oh, you're giving away free bomb and they're just going to dump it, or, but I think overall, the fact that we're doing enough verification that these are real people, and with the following that we have on Galaxy, and the fact that Galaxy, I'll show you guys something. They will promote our stuff once a quarter, I believe it is. So we're like a max tier space within Galaxy. So they will put us on their homepage once per month, it looks like, one quote tweet. So I'm going to get them to do all these things, all for this big promotion, just to really get a lot of attention on us, because they haven't done any of this stuff yet. So yeah, we're going to have a ton of real people that are, getting bomb, that are interacting with all the different aspects of the protocol, that are learning all the different ways to earn. And, even without the free bomb, a lot of times the campaign groups that have the different quizzes and information, Simon's done a really great job on that so far. So it's asking them questions that aren't like crazy difficult, but they're important questions to like, that are very bullish about, the protocol in general, right? Like, how much people can earn. And like, with the exception of VE bomb, there's no lockup periods. There's no fees to deposit or withdraw. There's no tax on the tokens, right? There's, all those things coupled with the fact of bomb following the price of Bitcoin, which is definitely also mentioned heavily within the campaign. It's really going to, get a lot of awareness on the protocol and just all the great aspects of bomb money.
Yeah.
So that's the game plan related to VE bomb and Galaxy. And, I know that we haven't seen a ton from Galaxy so far in terms of, I mean, I guess it's hard to measure exactly how many buyers are coming from Galaxy and how many are not, but I think that this is going to really kick off Galaxy to the next level.
Absolutely. And it's what's neat about this is it's not only Galaxy. We often integrate other sites like our socials, Twitter, and getting a lot of shares. So this is creating a lot of exposure as well on different mediums, which is really cool.
Yep. Yeah. Just to go back to the giveaway campaign. Yeah, like, so we're going to be getting more Galaxy Space users, more Twitter followers, Telegram users, Discord guys in our Discord. And again, like, people will do a lot of different things to get free tokens. So, I mean, we could even add more requirements there as we think of them. But no, I'm really excited to see what that campaign group is going to do and get VE Bomb really pumping. I mean, this is going to be our first time kind of jumping into something that has a lock period. But we're still figuring out the exact numbers. So we have about 45,000 B2 shares remaining for incentivizing different behaviors in the protocol. So definitely a big chunk of those need to go towards, extending Bomb BTCB farm beyond the 6 months. But VE Bomb is really going to energize the protocol. Like, it's going to be the only, again, as I just mentioned, it's the only thing that has any kind of lockup period within Bomb. So, I think it might make sense to put a pretty decent chunk of those B2 shares into rewards for VE Bomb, just to really complete the cycle of compounding, right? And I think that's actually, compounding is probably another whole campaign that we should have within the campaign group of how to properly compound within the Bomb ecosystem.
Yep, that'd be a very strong one.
Yeah, so I mean, you take your B2 shares that you get from VE Bomb and the farms, and you put that into the boardroom, and boardroom prints you new Bomb, and then you either pair that up and jump into the farm, or you deposit that to VE Bomb, and it really makes the whole compounding a lot simpler. And
start earning more B2 shares.
And the important part is that there's going to be a lot of B2 share rewards for VE Bomb holders. So people are going to be wanting to have as much Bomb locked up as possible. They're going to want to keep extending it, to a year. Actually, I guess I didn't really explain how that works. So just to switch gears a second into the VE Bomb page. Let's say you lock up 10,000 Bomb. Because our max lock is 1 year, if you lock it for 1 year, you'll have just a couple units shy of 10,000 VE Bomb, because just VE Bomb rounds it to the nearest Thursday. So it's very difficult to get 100% representation, I guess. Okay. So if you put 10,000 Bomb, you'll have 9,900 and some odd VE Bomb if you lock it up for a full year. Then every block, that number is going to tick down a tiny bit, because as you get closer to your Bomb actually being withdrawable, at that point, your VE Bomb would basically be zero. It's almost like a scale. If you look at it like a straight line, where it's at a 1 year lock, you get 100% coverage of the Bomb that you deposited as VE Bomb, and then it just gradually goes down. So people are going to be incentivized to continuously, after a couple of weeks have passed and your 10,000 Bomb is now only 9,700 VE Bomb instead of 9,900, you're going to be incentivized to relock it to the full year duration. So, I think this addresses one of the biggest problems that we've had in the past, which is, I guess weak holders or people getting scared as soon as they see a sell, or, I think it's just having Bomb that's locked is, it's going to be really beneficial to the ecosystem.
Yep.
Anybody have any questions about the Galaxy campaign or VE Bomb or any questions at all?
Got comments?
Bombs. Let's go.
LFG. Yeah.
Let's have a drink while we wait and die in the heat over here. Well, we got a pretty good amount of viewers here, but not getting too many questions in. Yeah, I guess not too many questions. Anybody that hasn't done it, feel free to head over to the Galaxy page. It's just galaxy.com/bomb. Post that in the chat for you guys. There we go. You guys won't see this page, though. That's the page that administrators see. You can check out our other campaigns. So we made one for BIM and one for Bomb Max in terms of the campaign groups. So actually, maybe I'll just post those in the chat as well. So this is Bomb Max. So that'll be a good way to get some points in our Galaxy space.
Yeah.
And learn a bit more about the ecosystem. And this is BIM. Hope I copied the right links there. Yeah, looks good.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost up to 310,000 followers here. I know that a lot of those are bots, but also a lot of those are real people. And, I've been okay with, I guess, the bot attacks that we've had just because it's really pumping the numbers up. But there is a fair amount of real people as well, as can be seen by like the Twitter profiles, like my Twitter profile, the bomb Twitter profile has really been picking up a lot of steam in terms of followers. Telegram and Discord, when we ran those campaigns, those got a lot of real users.
Yep.
But yeah, we're putting protection on the new campaigns just to make sure that it's actual real humans that are coming.
Real humans that are going to be coming, going to be participating in the ecosystem. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and knowledgeable on Bomb because they're going to have to pass quizzes about Bomb in order to participate. So
yeah,
we've already had like 1,100 people participate in the Real Human bonus points campaign, which is again, it's the same 2 requirements that are going to be on the giveaway, right? So it's just get Coin Passport or Galaxy Passport. So if you guys don't have those, definitely pick up one of the 2 or both. All right. Well, I mean, I don't have a ton more to talk about for now. I've been really busy just figuring everything out and getting work done on this stuff. And Simon as well. He's been really killing it. So
thank you. I'm really pumped for VE Bomb. This is going to bring some stability, going to bring some great earning opportunities for B2 Share. This time around with B2 Share, I think it's really neat the way we've taken it. Shares usually are split into farms for a year. That's how it was classically. This time we took about a quarter of the shares, put them in the farms for the first 6 months. We might be able to, we're going to be extending that because that's important, but it does allow us some leeway on how we use the B2 shares. And one of the ways we're going to be using is exactly that, the VE Bomb. So we're going to be able to reward loyal bombers with some B2 shares. And yeah, it's going to be pretty lucrative at first anyway. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially just the combination of having locked Bomb plus all the awareness we can get from Galaxy.
Yep.
And, and the ability to like have people try out the ecosystem in a couple different ways, like try all the different ways that you can earn with Bomb. And they can do that without even having to spend their own money. We can give them 50 Bomb that they can claim on our website and they can participate in all those different things. And it's going to really get a lot of new wallets interacting with the protocol.
Yeah. We do have a question here.
Awesome.
Yeah. Can you explain the best strategy for using leverage? I guess here we're talking about Bomb Max.
Yeah. So the best strategy for using leverage, I mean, that really comes down to your risk tolerance. So I'll give you my strategy that I would, that I use or that I typically would use is, for one, it depends on what the peg looks like. For example, when the peg was just a little bit lower a couple of days back, like that's probably not a time that I would want to be leveraged, or that's not when I would want to open a leverage position. So basically I would look for one, when, peg is fairly stable or, close to 1 range. And then personally, like just because of how big the Bomb BTCB pool is, the peg, it can fluctuate quite a bit. So, I'm usually known as a risk taker, but when it comes to leverage, I wouldn't really leverage that much on that pair. A lot also depends on like what it costs to borrow the assets versus what the farm is paying. But I mean, I'd say something like 1.5 to 2 leverage is probably as far as I'd go with that. And I would just keep an eye on it. I mean, I can probably give you a better answer if you're a little bit more specific on the question. But I think generally just make sure it doesn't cost too much to borrow the assets and probably don't leverage too much, like, 1.5 to 2. Got anything to add to that, Simon?
No, that's very similar to how I use it. I go up to 2. And I watch out for pretty much the same things you said. Watch out for looking at peg. It's not terrible, but as it fluctuates, it will change the ratio of what you're owing, which can make it less beneficial.
actually, yeah, just to give an example, right? So like just say that someone opened their position when we were just at like, a lower peg level, like peg is like approximately doubled since then. Um, so people might assume that that's a good time to enter a leverage position. Although the thing is, as Simon was just mentioning, you're borrowing the assets that are required at that time to make that pair. So if you were to, for example, like leverage 2x when we were just at, 0.4 peg or whatever we were at, you're borrowing a lot of BOM to make that pair and a little bit of BTCB, because back then there was more BOM, to make that pair with BTCB. So now when the BOM price doubles like it just did, you still owe that same amount of BOM that you had to borrow at that old peg level, but now BOM is twice the price. So you've borrowed that big chunk of BOM, and it's, you know what I mean? It's twice the price now. So that wouldn't have been a great time to like open a leverage position, for example. Yeah. Not really sure how else I can explain that.
No.
But yeah.
So hopefully that helps, Green Bull.
Yep.
Feel free to ask any follow-up questions, or if anyone else has any questions, go for it. We are here for you.
Yeah, and I'm running out of things to talk about right now, so feed the questions in.
We do have a good amount of things to do, so it's all right as well.
Yeah, I mean, we had some other idea. I guess we can just talk about some other ideas that we had for VE bomb, and I'm not sure which of them are going to actually make production, but could have an open discussion about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess probably the biggest idea was having specialized farms, right? So we have a lot of B2 shares that we need to use to incentivize, proper, behavior in the protocol. So one idea that we had is to have like farms that are either heavily boosted by depending on how much VE bomb that you have, or even gated that you can't participate in them unless you have VE bomb. And that's an idea that, we've had for a little while now, but it's our protocols are already fairly complex. And I think that's probably the main reason that we didn't, so we decided that, B2 shares actually directly rewarding VE bomb holders makes a lot of sense, because it's very simple to understand. It's very simple to display to the users, and essentially having a lot of VE bomb locked is the best thing for the protocol health that we can get. Basically, it's bomb that's locked that can't get sold. So rather than indirectly rewarding VE bomb holders, that's just like directly rewarding them, which I think the more I think about it and the more I talk about it, I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I guess some other ideas is we got a question.
Yeah.
I'll stop
Is
rambling.
Supplying B2 share BNB LP good for the protocol to farm, or bomb BTC LP better?
So good for the protocol to farm. Not sure exactly what you mean there, but I mean, essentially any activity that requires buying bomb is going to be the healthiest for the protocol. It's really important. Obviously we have two core pairs. We have the bomb BTCB pair. We have the B2 share BNB pair. It's really important that we have big liquidity on both of those. So in terms of, if you're not buying any assets to enter the position, they're both really great for the protocol, just because it provides, more liquidity for people to trade. So, if you're bringing fresh capital in, it's better to bring in, put it into bomb BTCB.
But the other one is important. Gives
the other one is important too. Yep.
Gives liquidity, so people can trade B2 share basically.
Yeah, I'd even say for fresh funds, even the good old 80-20 rules.
Yep.
A good way to go, right? 80% into bomb BTCB and 20% into B2 share BNB.
Solid strategy.
Yeah, because if you look at all the turbulence that the bomb peg has gone through in the last month or so, or 2 months, the bomb LP is doing great value wise, right? So anyone that has jumped into bomb BTCB at any point is doing pretty well right now. Last time I looked at bomb max, the auto compounder, it was like 70% increase in your LPs. So, you started with 10 LPs, you got 17 now approximately.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. And the LP, let's see what it's worth right now. $133. That's should be pretty close to the highest it's been. It might have touched 140 or 145 at one point, but yeah, when we relaunched, it was like $80 or something like that. So not only has the value almost doubled, but you've also almost doubled as well in Bomb Max. So, I mean, obviously the B2 share BNB, it's a lot more volatile in terms of the LP value, and
but it pays out a little more. I have a portion there, and even with the volatility, it does pay out a bit more in B2 shares. So that portion is definitely growing. I'm keeping it there for now. I should move it to the boardroom, but whatever. When I check it in DBank, I can see the total of that portion, and it's actually pretty nice.
Yep. So yeah, if you want more clarification on that question, just feel free to shoot back a follow-up question.
Yeah. On X.
Yep.
What was it?
And the last question was on YouTube.
Yeah. We got questions.
Now we need a Twitch question now. All right. Let's maybe wait and see if any other questions roll in.
Yep.
So yeah, I think what we were talking about before that question came is just different things that we could do with VE Bomb.
Yep.
Kind of why we arrived at just directly rewarding B2 shares. Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any other ideas about things that we can incentivize with B2 share, or sorry, with VE Bomb, then definitely feel free to let us know. So I guess like also we were debating if we should take some of the boardroom printed bomb and also reward that to VE Bomb holders. Simon's a big fan of that.
Yep. Kind of like I really like the experience of, you were mentioning LQDR earlier. I really like the experience of coming in daily, coming in a couple of every couple of days, claiming your B2 share, claiming your bomb. It's pretty cool. So they'd have a portion going, portion of each coming in.
Yeah. And I guess that also allows people to compound like right within VE Bomb, right?
Yep.
Like it lets them take the bomb and redeposit it.
Yep. You could simplify that for them as well.
Yeah. Although, I mean, the other way you can kind of do it indirectly, where you take your B2 shares and put them in the boardroom, and
yep. Yeah.
So we're still figuring that one out, but
yep.
All right, let's give it another 30 seconds to see if any other questions roll in, and then we'll get back to work.
There we go.
Okay.
Can you explain how the price of B2 share affects the APY of the farm?
Sure. So basically the farm APY is pretty much just strictly calculated based on three variables, right? It's how much does it cost to, how much is like, so if you're talking about like say Bomb BTCB, what is the value of an LP? How many rewards are going to that farm, and what's the value of those rewards? And I guess it's also how much your stake is versus the entire stake in the farm, right? So it's basically there's 15,000 B2 shares that are going towards those two farms over the first 6 months. It's 10,000 to Bomb BTCB and 5,000 to B2 share BNB farm. So when there's 10,000 B2 shares that are going to Bomb BTCB over that 6-month period, essentially, the rewards are basically like fixed, right? So it's assuming that nobody withdraws or deposits to the farm. The amount of B2 share that you get is going to stay consistent. But if the value of B2 share is 10x what it is right now, the value of your rewards are 10 times higher, which means that the payout of the farm and the APY is 10 times higher. So it's basically one of the key variables that directly impacts the APY, just because, again, that's the reward token. So I don't think I did that great of a job explaining that, but
As to simplify it in the Eli 5, explain it like I'm 5. Directly for the question, how does the price of B2 share affect the APY? If the price of B2 share doubles, the APY will double, considering that nobody else added to the farm and PEG stays the same. Considering most variables stay the same, if B share goes up, then your APY also goes up. So price of B2 share is important in that regard.
Yep. Well, yeah, I guess, I mean, another way I could put it, I guess, a little bit simpler version of what I said is just that, only a couple things affect the APY. One is, directly the B2 share price, right? So if B2 share doubles, the APY doubles, provided nothing else changes. Other things are like other people entering the farm or other people leaving the farm. That directly impacts how much you're going to earn.
Basically, how much you have versus over how much there is in that total farm.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to drop off, actually, but I think this has come to a close. I'll let you see if there's any follow-ups.
Right.
Otherwise, everyone have a fantastic day.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, I'll give it another minute to see if anybody has any more questions, but probably going to.
Ciao, everyone.
See you, Simon. All right. If you got any questions, feel free to post them in right now. It's going to be shutting things down in a second. So you guys excited for VE Bomb? Any plans for P-Hub? Well, I mean, when B2 share is higher, P-Hub does great. So it's not really any immediate plans directly for P-Hub, but I'm really excited for where P-Hub is going to be going in the near future. Thank you, sir. All right. Guess that's about all the questions we've had. So everyone have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And any questions that you have, shoot them into Telegram, and I'll be happy to answer over there. Yeah, it should be recorded on all the platforms. So keep on bombing. Let's go, boys. We have a big April. April's our month. All right. Take care, everybody. See you guys in the communities.